Do your part for public safety. All it'll cost you is your freedom of speech.
The first job of the federal government is to keep Canadians safe. And this year, our government has introduced 6 new laws to combat crime and protect you and your kids. In total, there are more than 80 targeted changes to the criminal code. That's how we're building a stronger, safer Canada for all.
Do you feel safer here in Canada now that Bill C-9 has passed? If you listened closely to Mark Carney there, he mentioned how they've added 6 new laws, but they're targeting 80 changes to the Criminal Code of Canada. And that's the part that most Canadians missed with Bill C-9. In Bill C-9, they made a fundamental change to the Criminal Code of Canada where they removed your good faith religious argument. So prior to C-9, if you were to quote something like a religious text and someone felt offended and wanted to press charges against you for hate speech, you'd actually have a good faith religious argument that you could stand on and you'd win. But now under C-9, that's gone. So when somebody wants to press charges against you for quoting an area of the Bible or your religious text, it'll be up to the individual RCMP officer to decide whether the speech itself was hateful or not. And to me, that's nothing that we should be celebrating. But you know what? Isn't this becoming a bit of a cyclical pattern here in Canada, where we say there's some sort of emergency or some sort of need for additional public safety where we need to implement a new bill or a new law? But then you read the fine print of the bill, of the legislation itself, and you recognize that the cost is your basic rights and freedoms, your freedom of expression, your freedom of religion, you name it. I mean, we just saw that during COVID. The government came out and said, hey, we need to use the Emergencies Act and we're going to freeze the bank accounts of Canadians. And then it's found out later that it wasn't even lawfully used. So here's what I want to mention to all of you. When you see the government coming forward with a piece of legislation to solve a public safety issue, make sure you read the fine print because the cost is probably your freedom.